Let me just say, there are many different things I could spend my money on. I could spend my money on clothes, I could spend my money on shoes, I could spend my money on so many different things, but 90% of the time, I spend all of my money on the same thing. Food. Let me tell y'all something. Food is a trickster because you will go to Chick-fil-A and spend like $7. And you'll be like, oh, it's just $7, sorry. And then you'll keep going to Chick-fil-A, and before you know it, you'll be like, where did $80 go out of my account? The same way that I eat food, food feasts on my money. And it's funny because I know the workers know that I'm struggling because I'll walk into Chick-fil-A and be like, hey, let me get a number. Matter of fact, let me just get a large fry. And then they got the nerve to ask me, oh, that's it? And it don't make it no better when your friends ask you, oh, you want to come out to eat with us? When you know that you don't have the money to do it. But you know that you want food. Of course I'm gonna say yes. Food secures their bag better than I do. Thank you for your time. Some of y'all may not get this, but these are just some things that I find funny. I think that people sometimes tend to forget that I am also a human being. And by that I mean when people notice who I am in person, the looks they give me are hilarious. Because, you know, they go through the whole realization of like, is that him? And I don't like to give away the fact that I am who I am, so I'll act like I don't see it. But it's so funny because they will stare at me for minutes trying to figure this out. I remember one time I was at the mall where I live getting shoes, and there was a kid standing next to me, and he started looking at me like this. And so I looked at him like, hey. And he was like, you're that dude from TikTok. And I was like, I am. And he was like, what are you doing here? I live here. And he was astonished. He was like, oh my, like, you live here? Like, here? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh my God. And look, I'm not complaining. I just thought it was funny. Thank you for your time. The reason men and women will never understand each other. Men are a straight line. We are simple. Women are a twirl around, up, down, left, right. They are intricate as hell. For instance, if a man says I'm fine, that means I'm fine. If a woman says I'm fine, oh my gosh, I'm sorry for you. With women, there's always something underlying to what they say. So I'm fine never actually means I'm fine. You have to do a mathematical equation to figure out what's wrong with them. Let me give you another example. For instance, if a girl wants to approach a guy that already likes her, she doesn't even have to say anything crazy. She can literally walk up to him and say, me like you, and he will say, me like you too. Whenever a guy is approaching a girl, he has to come up with the best pickup line. He has to come up with something that will bedazzle her. Because anything that falls under spectacular, it's not going to work out. So in conclusion, men are too simple and women are too intricate. Thank you for your time. The differences between high school and college. Number one, you should know that college is actually 2 times easier than high school. The difference is that high school you have consistent work. In college, you may go a couple weeks with an assignment here, a paper here, nothing crazy, but then towards the end of the semester, you will get slammed. And by slammed, I mean they will all assign things at the exact same time. You'll have 3 papers, 2 presentations, and a project due all on the same day. And if you don't learn how to manage your time, I promise you won't survive. High school is a full-time job, but college is like a vacation with class. And let me give you a tip. I advise you to get all of your work done in the week, because when the weekend comes, you will be doing things. And by doing things, I mean you will be partying, you will be with your friends, and you will not, by any means, want to do work. Because if you don't, you'll end up like me, which is in the library on Sunday night for about 4 hours trying to catch up on everything I did not do. Thank you for your time. Things I did and used to want to do as a kid. Was I the only one in elementary school who used to want to either break their leg or their arm? And I don't mean go through the pain of it, I just mean I wanted to have a cast so that everybody could sign it, and I thought the crutches were pretty cool. And I also used to want glasses and braces, and I don't know why, I just wanted it. I don't know if you're gonna know what I'm talking about here, but do y'all know that thing that used to hang out from the wall that was like bendy, and you used to play with it all the time? And for some reason, that kept me entertained for hours. Another thing I used to hate was when you would get that one gift that you know you didn't want, but you had to accept it with gratitude, and it would be like socks or underwear or something. Like, where are all the video games that I asked for at? And man, I don't know about y'all, but when I was a kid, I used to be deathly afraid of showers. And it's not getting clean, it's just the little sounds that you would hear while you're in the shower and you got the shower curtain closed so you can't see. And it's like you hear a sound and you're just like, well, I guess it's my time to die today. Thank you for your time. Since it's getting cold outside, let me have a conversation with y'all real quick. Fellas, let me talk to y'all real quick, alright? If it's getting cold outside, you do not walk outside without putting lotion on and some type of chapstick. Just because it's cold outside does not give you an excuse to look crusty. And another thing, if it is under 40 degrees, there is absolutely no excuse for you to be wearing shorts. I've never understood that, and I don't even want to understand it, because I'm not walking outside and giving myself hypothermia because y'all want to wear shorts. One thing that is frustrating is the fact that I can put on chapstick before I walk out of my dorm, but on my way to class, I haven't even gotten in there yet and my lips are already chapped. I've mentioned this before and I'm gonna mention it again. If it's cold outside and you see me not talking, that does not give you an invitation to start talking. I am cold, so that means I need a minute to warm up. And by warm up, I mean get inside and then talk. Thank you for your time. Why food will always have my heart over girls. When I spend money on food, it is guaranteed that I will eat. You can spend $300 on a girl and it can be for nothing. Because if she decides to up and leave, she can do that. Food can't. Me and food have a consistent relationship, you know? Like, it's not like I text food and they don't text me back. No, when I eat food, it is eaten. But when I text girls, they don't text back. Food is not wishy-washy with what it wants. Food wants to be eaten. Girls don't know what they want. Because one minute they're hungry and then you get them food and they say, no, I'm not really that hungry anymore. But then if you don't get them food, it's also we not getting food for each other now? That's where we stand? Okay, keep that same energy. Food is even emotionally supportive because when I'm stressed, I can just eat food and I feel better. And also with food, there is a clear give and take. Like, I eat food and it provides me with sustenance. You never know what you're gonna get when you talk to a girl. Thank you for your time.